So you've got bleeding in the brain, bleeding in the lung, bleeding in the abdomen, multiple fractures. So this is a difficult patient. We've just done a whole scan of his whole body on the CT. So I'm just loading the CTs to see how things are looking. We don't know his name, we don't know we don't have any information for him really. So we write them as majhul, which means unknown. Majhul, here we are. We've got brain, this one, and this is going to be the full body. I'm going to check. I just have to stabilize this patient now. You can join me in that process. How we doing? We just got to keep him covered. He's quite uncovered right now, so it's a bit of a problem. I'll just put the camera on my hand, so my hands are free. Now we're good. اوكي ابو زيد، اذا في مجال غطيهم اورا مشان انا بدي الصور. ايه بس خلي اورا غطاه. تمام. Okay, okay, so here is the CT. So we're looking for bleeding in any areas. We're trying to work very quick. Okay, here's what we've got. So we're looking at now. Okay, we've got where we're starting from. The lungs. So we just put the lungs window. Let's just see the situation of his lungs right now. Okay, lungs are looking good. So far it's looking good. It's looking good. It's got chest drain on the left. Why has he got chest drain on the left? His lungs are fine. Okay, his lungs are both good. I don't know why they put a chest drain in. أخي طلع شيء للمفجر صدر؟ في دم شيء؟ ما في شيء ما؟ أخي ليش فجرته أخي الرئتين تمام؟
في عنده جسمه.
تفضل شوف. تمام.
في عنده الصوت على الرئة اليسرى.
مين فجرته؟
هلا الدكتور بدرويش كان هونيك.
دكتور بدرويش تمام. شوف رئتين تمام. جيدات تمام. هذا ما في داعي تمام. ما في شيء.
بس
تمام.
معقول الخفوت هذا الصوت الخفوت. كان في أصوات خفوت يعني أول ما أجي لعنه أكسجي سمعين.
Okay, his abdomen. Okay, here's some free air in his abdomen. Okay, yeah, نعم.
هو أكل الرد على الرئة اليسرى مع رد مفتوح، جرح مفتوح على بالرأس الجهة اليسرى.
إيه تمام. شفنا دماغ في النازف تحت الجرح. تحت الجرح في. لا هي بطن. هي
تمام. أنا بلا الحوض من تحت هو.
إيه لا تمام. شوف إذا في كسر هود.
كيف حالك دكتور حبيبنا ابو يوسف؟
الحمد لله. هي خلاص فضل لما شفتنا اخي اهلا وسهلا. هي خلاص.
انت ما تستاهل اذا كنت عندك؟
لا ليش لا، انا بكبر المشفى باذن الله. يكون في مجال ان شاء الله.
في مجال ان شاء الله
باذن الله.
الله يبارك فيك يا رب.
هي خلاص.
انا ريد يعني اعمل في مخبر
مخبر؟
اي
والله هلا نحن بدنا نزيد عدد المخبر في ضغط شديد والله. مخبرنا كامل وكل شيء موجود. بطن بين ماي تمام ان شاء الله. اخي اجيب لي ايكو اخي بعد اذنك. ايكو بطن من الاستقبال اخي، هو بيجيب ما ليش مشكله. الحمد لله. يلا اخي تمام. علامات هيويه كيف اخي؟ ضغط تمام؟ اكسجين تمام. مفجر شغال اخي؟ مصطفى مش شغال تمام. Just checking the blood pressure now, just to make sure his blood pressure is dropping. Now we're gonna do head to toe. حدقات كيف وضع أخي شفته؟
جيد. هلا اعطيته صندوق اتروكوريوم.
لا جايز مدخن.
بشد مباشرة.
لا تمام. اتروكوريوم بس اتروكوريوم؟
اتروكوريوم فقط.
فقط؟
سكنته على المورفين.
مورفين واتروكوريوم فقط. ايه اخي في شيء ناقص هم مورفين واتروكوريوم.
شلون؟ اتروكوريوم
ومورفين.
مورفين فينا
خبر اخي.
شلون عايش اعطوه بالتقدير؟
لا هي مو على البروبوفول.
بروبوفول اعطيت بروبوفول. جيد تمام. انت ما قال لي بروبوفول، انت قال اتروكوريوم.
نحن بالسيارات الاسعاف يعني بالاخير.
ايه تمام.
بس هونيك بالمشفى اكيد
جايز مدخل لدواء تقدير تمام.
وديازيبام اعطوه.
اخي بلود بريشر از جود. اعطيت شيء سيروم، اعطيت مي.
طيناه
كم كيس؟
لتر ملح.
ابو زيد سجل هذه المعلومات. لتر ملح بس ما اعطي دم. ما
دم ما طيب نهائيا.
اخي جيب لي جل اخي باذنك. So we're gonna do a quick fast scan now to see if he has any bleeding. أخي نزل لي هاي الجنب أخي ممكن؟ انتبه يلا نزل.
دور ابو زيد طيب.
أخي ممكن في مجال نزل تقط شوي أخي؟ تمام يلا حاج. والله جاي يزيد برا أخي ممكن. Okay, so here is no sign of bleeding there. كسترة كيس شامبول موجود؟ موجود في شيء جوا؟ ما في شيء. شوي جيل اخي ممكن؟
يلا.
دكتور ابو درويش كان بالعمليات يعني بس
عملية بطن؟
ايه كان عنده عمليات هو.
ايه
كان تنظير فقالنا مباشرة تفجير فجروه طبيب اسعاف يعني.
طبيب اسعاف فجرت.
تمام.
مين طبيب اسعاف معكم؟
طبيب اسعاف موجود دكتور مصطفى ودكتور مصعب.
وضع بطن تمام اخي ما في شيء تمام. صدر كمان تمام. ما في شيء في صدر تمام حاليا. في تمام بدنا صورة. في شيء في كسر شيء بين ما في شيء
على التحويلي في كسر ساق يمكن.
على التحويلي شفت تحويلي انا ما فحصوا بيضاء.
وين؟ وبشد اخي بتيتي موجود.
جهزت لنا مضخة ابو زيد؟
تمام ما قال لي في ازمية بده بس
في ازمية.
وين؟
ازمية انا شفت على التحويل في ساق كسر ساق.
شوف اذا بين معك شيء اذا في شيء صوره اخي بعد اذنك. اوكي اخي حياك الله بارك الله فيك تمام. بعث لي رساله تمام اخي حياك الله خير جزاك الله خير اخي حياك الله. Okay, so the situation is good. The situation is good. It's not as bad as we originally expected. He's been entered. Has been entered yet? Hamdo. All right, so that's him here. I don't really know any information about him. His vital signs are good and normal. I'm not worried. His scan so far just show that he's got bleeding in his brain. I'll just show you that right now. Okay, let's just see how it's looking. عفوا؟
مفتوم اذا ما في من حاسبين؟
لا في شيء يا سبي في تحت جاف نازف تحت جاف. يلا تمام خليه هيك. So he just asked me if we should extubate him. I said, are you crazy bro? Not that fast bro, relax. Just go. تحويلتين ايش تحويلتين؟
تحويل خوي التنبيه وتحويل بعد التنبيه.
والله
انا شفت تحويل خوي التنبيه كان مكتوب كسر بس انا ما في شيء ما اعرف.
يعني ما باين شيء كسر. Okay, we're gonna check that anyway. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so I don't have that much experience reading CT scans, but I'm getting better at it now. Alhamdulillah. For example, we're gonna see brain. What's this? Okay, so this is his brain, and this is how it's looking. See, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to see what you see in this. This is brain right now. What do you see? What do you see? Okay, I'm gonna give you a chance to tell me what you see before I tell you what I see. Okay. Okay, let's go through it again. And I'll show you what I think I see. Okay, so he has an open wound on his head. Okay, here. That's what I was told. Okay, you can see that. Look, this is subdural hematoma. So he's bleeding under the dura. Okay. We're gonna have to see how that develops. Got the neurosurgeons to come in now and have a look at him. There is some signs of raised intracranial pressure on this side. You can see the ventricles are not symmetrical. Okay, that's what I noticed. Anyway, if you guys notice something else, write it in the comments below. What else am I looking for? I'm looking at any bleeding in the sulci, no. Any bleeding in third here, no. Okay, so that's what he has, a subdural hemorrhage with increasing intracranial pressure. So we're going to have to give him anti-epileptic, anti-seizure prophylaxis. So we've got phenytoin here. We're gonna have to start him on that. He's got a lot of open wounds, so we're gonna have to cover him with antibiotic coverage. Giving some gastric ulcer prophylaxis. Okay, so that's the situation right now here. I'm gonna try to keep you updated as to how it's going. I'm just gonna now write up all his drugs, request the neurosurgical consultation. I don't see any other fractures. Initially was told he has fractures, but I don't see anything. And I'm going to do a 3D image of his body now to see if and just have a look at his bones to see if he has any fractures. Okay, here we go. This is him. So this software is quite fancy, alhamdulillah. It gives us the opportunity to do 3D images. So let's see if we can get that done. This has 317 images, and this one has okay, here we go, 3D. Let's do this 3D. Wow, that's quite a lot of images. Let's go this. Okay, so now it's compiling a 3D image from the CT scan, and our objective is to have a look at his bone, look at his skeleton. We want to have a look at his abdominal bones, chest bones. Let's look at chest bones, okay? Now we can start rotating it. You see how it has this fancy ability to rotate it. What we're looking at is his spinal cord. That's another thing we have to check. Now if the patient was conscious, we could feel for pain and see. Okay, okay, we don't have a full image of his clavicle. Okay, so yeah. I don't see any fractures or anything obvious. We can go through the actual CT after checking those vertebral column, and we didn't do the C-spine. That's the problem. This image doesn't show the C-spine. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through it. 3D is a bit of an issue actually, to be honest with you. I can just go through the actual image. Might be better for me. It might be easier actually to identify anything. The 3D looks fancy, but it's harder to actually identify stuff, I would say. Right now we're just going from the top and looking at bones, okay? Let's just have a look at the bones. Okay. Now looking to see if there is any fractures. Tell me if you notice anything. At the moment, things to me are looking good. Everything's looking good. Okay. Okay. I'm most interested in these spinal processes. See, this little line here may be something. Okay. See these? Well, these need a better closer look. ما صار كامل سوينا.
ما شاء الله.
أخي أفضل. أخي مريض هيك حادث. أساسه قال لي.
شوف في شيء حوض ما في شيء.
ما بين شيء. عنده فحص ما بين مالكم شيء ما؟
ما بين.
ما في كتف.
ما في.
ما في.
لازم هو الكتف الله أنا في كتف في رد. بس ما بين.
Okay guys, so that's it now. I'm gonna go and now finish the full exam. I couldn't complete one camera because I'm gonna have to expose him.
write up all the drugs. He's stable, I'm not too worried. I'll wait for the neurosurgeon to see what he wants to do. If he wants to start the operation now, or put him, most likely cases like this we leave them on observation and see how the bleeding progresses. Sometimes the bleeding stops at that, and that generally doesn't need any surgical intervention. But if the bleeding in the brain continues, then that's definitely gonna need intervention. أخي هاي المريضة مريم أخي ممكن حطه في مراته. But that's it guys, I'll try to show you later how we're getting on.